What's going on, everyone? We are back a little bit late. I was supposed to start about an hour and a half ago, but had to do some stuff this morning. Welcome to the stream today. We're doing the CRJ-200. Go ahead and show you guys the outside. Actually just flew this thing for the first time last night just to kind of get used to it. It's not too bad of an aircraft, a little bit different. Approaches are a little bit different. Your angle of attack is actually negative 2.5% rather than your standard 3% on the approach. A little bit different. FMS is a little bit, I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. But it's a fun plane to fly. If you guys can also, I'm testing the mic right now. What's it sound like for you guys? I'm just trying to make sure we're good on the mic. Kronos, what's up, dude? Welcome. And I have a fan blowing on me, so if it sounds like a windstorm or anything, that could be why. I'll turn it off. It's warm here today. We're going to get up to like 85. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get this plane up and running. We're doing flight from Boise, Idaho to Portland. And then we're going to go from Portland up to Vancouver, Canada. A couple little puddle jumps in the little puddle jumper. So, all right, let's get this show on the road. Sounds really loud, too. I'm going to turn down the audio on it a little bit so you guys can hear me. Let me know how that is for you guys. Just trying to get this dialed in. And every plane's different, so of course, you know, it's gonna... Your mic's good? Okay, cool, sweet. Karsonh H, what's up? Hashtag going live. That's right. All right. Get the APU door open. All right. Open. Let's get the APU started. You gotta wait a second for this to start up. Doesn't usually take too long on this plane. And I was gonna be switching to shadow play this morning as well, but we're gonna do OBS again just because I like some of the things that OBS allows me to do. However, I don't like the lagginess of OBS, so I will be switching for sure over to shadow play eventually here. All right. Getting this plane up and running is actually fairly easy as well. Makes it nice. All right, let's align the IRS.
I'll be your flight attendant. Located in your seat back pocket is a passenger safety card. It describes the safety features of this Canadair regional jet. Please follow along as I go over some important safety information. There are 4 clearly marked exits on board this aircraft. There are 2 in the front of the cabin and 2 over the wings. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest you. In some cases, these exits may be behind you. In the event of a power loss, follow the floor illumination strips to the exit.
Winds are 310, so we're going to be taking off from 28.
Cabin pressure, oxygen masks will fall from the panels above your head. Pull the mask firmly towards you to start the flow of oxygen.
Let's double check here real quick, because we're going to get the barrel pressure too. But yeah, we'll be taking off from 28 right, so we'll be going out this way and then departing that way.
To fasten your seatbelt, there's a flat metal fitting into the buckle until it clicks. To tighten, pull on the loose end of the strap and to release, lift up on the buckle and pull apart.
Good to go.
Your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. To use, pull the cushion from the seat, place your arms to the straps and grab your wrists. Smoking is prohibited in the cabin and lavatories at all times.
Lewis, what's up, buddy? What's going on, my friend? How's my warning so far? Oh, that's to Lewis. Okay, arrows up. But my morning is good. I think, Lewis, aren't you on evening now? I think both you guys are on evening because you're both from the UK.
press your flight attendant call button. It's located in that panel above your head. I appreciate your attention and invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our flight.
Alright, let's get the temp here real quick.
I'll now demonstrate
Outside
to you the
air
oxygen mask
temp
and operation.
at Boise, let's see. 21 degrees Celsius. Alright, cool. Perfect. Yeah, the FMC on this is fairly basic, I guess you could say. Nothing too intense with it. And let's pull up here. So we're doing that Gowan 2 departure. 28 right. Execute that. Set up the arrival. We're doing RABBI. Let's see. For some reason the RABBI approach isn't on there. Let's see, what else do we got here? Do the hood 3. We're going to be landing on 28 left. This thing is so temperamental sometimes. It's really annoying. There we go, that's what we needed. Alright, back to this page. 28 left. There we go. Let's execute that. Let's check the legs page. Look for the discos. Oh, whoops. I hate that. I do that every time. Oh, okay. That's right. I already selected it. Page up. There we go. Execute that. Alright. Sorry, I had my sim brief on here. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, my morning's good. Like I said, it's a little warm here today, though. Not too bad, just humidity's a little rough. Alright, we'll go ahead and put that away for now. I'm going to hide the yoke. I think this gets in the way anyways. Nav source, we got to set to FMS. There we go. And set this to map. Alright, set our speeds here. A little bit heavy today. How are you guys all doing today? Hopefully good. Oh, whoops, why is it doing that? There we go. Alright. Let's get the barrow here really quick while we're at it. 2, alright. There we go. Make sure we got everything else over here. Everything looks good. Alright, now let's get the autopilot all set up. And for some reason the screens on this look so washed out. I don't know why. So half the time when I'm flying, these both will be displayed right here. They don't really get in the way all that bad, so they're just it's very inconvenient because you can't really see the greatest. Alright, set our vertical speed. Sometimes this thing doesn't like to... There we go. Alright, and then we're cruising at 220. Whoa. Apparently it's just going to keep doing that. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, we'll just twist it ourselves, I guess. (25°C) here. Nice. Probably a lot better than here, that's for sure. Time for a retrofit. I wish they would update this plane. I mean, I know it's been updated not too long ago, but I wish they'd update it again and fix this displays. They're just so washed out. It's terrible. But I did do the BSS sound upgrade on this plane too, which is amazing. It sounds so good. So much better than out of the box. Alright. All that is programmed. Set our nav. Flight director. Alright. Yaw dampers on. Alright, we should be good to go for pushback. Just do a quick run through, make sure I got everything. Looks good, looks good. Alrighty, let's do this. So when we push back, we're going to be pushing back, facing the nose to the right. Because we're heading right over there. So quick little taxi. Alright. Alright, let's start the first engine. Once it hits about 19% is when we'll introduce the fuel. There we go. 75. Yeah, it's not too bad. It depends too. I mean, is it probably quite a bit of humidity too, I bet. The humidity is what makes it rough. So I know in Phoenix today they're going to be about 120, and it's a dry heat, but that once you hit 120, it doesn't matter. It's hot. All right, good start on that one. Let's start the left. And for some reason, this is another thing. See how fast this jumps up? There's no reason it should be jumping up that fast, but I've seen other YouTube videos as well, and I've noticed they're having the same issue. So it's not just this plane, or it's not just me. There's something not right with it. Got a good start on the left. Go ahead and flip on engine generators. We can flip that off. Turn the APU off. Alright, good to go. Get our taxi lights on. Let's get the seatbelt lights onto auto. Alright, so for now, well, might as well just leave those up, so I can't see anyways. Listen to those sounds. Oh, this sounds so much better with the upgraded sounds. And you guys can still hear me all good? Just checking I want to make sure the mic level is okay, because if not, I can turn the airplane volume down. Alright, yep. Alright, cool. So I actually have a buddy who flies. He started out flying the CRJ-200s and he just moved up to the 700s. So I talked to him last night and he gave me some pointers on this aircraft. It's kind of cool. He's actually flying today. Sent me a Snapchat video of it. It was pretty cool. One thing I did notice about this, the avionics are super loud. You can hear that ticking sound. They are super loud in this plane, but again, that sound upgrade added, I mean, it is real. It's just that sound upgrade added that in to make the realism even more. It's pretty loud, I tell you, on this plane. Kind of a weird little setup on the departure. Gonna see if we can skip some of these because it really don't even. I did the flight this morning just to test it out, and that wasn't even on there. There we go. That's better. Let's go ahead and execute that. Pick up this taxi speed a little bit. We're only going 11. And I chose some quicker little jumps today so that way we can get a little bit more takeoffs and landings in rather than just a lot of cruise flying. Figured that'd be more fun. Everybody loves the landings and the takeoffs a lot more. Like I said, it's all that in-between stuff that's not all that fun. Such a tiny little plane, but fun to fly and great for little short hops too. We are on VATSIM as well, but again, no ATC on today. I've noticed. I checked earlier, about like 15-20 minutes ago, and no one was on pretty much anywhere today. Probably won't have any ATC along the way, but oh well, no big deal. Alrighty, let's put these landing lights on. Taxi light can come off. Strobe logo light.
Cabin proceeds for departure.
This runway is a little bumpy too. You can see the plane going back and forth. Another taxiway is. Runway's a little bit bumpy though
Approaching
too.
28 right.
Is it laggy for you guys? Because the view that I'm seeing, it looks a little bit jumpy, which my computer is actually running super smooth right now. So it's definitely got something to do with the OBS if it's laggy for you guys.
On runway 28 right. Flaps. Flaps.
My flaps were down, but I guess they didn't decide to stay down. All right. And here we go. Get some power added in. All right, and take off. V1, rotate. And positive altitude, gear up. Go ahead and bring the flaps up. And let's go ahead and kick on the autopilot. Alrighty. The one thing about this plane, all the CRJ aircraft do not have auto throttle. So we are actually in control of the throttle the whole time. So it adds a little bit more to the flight. Gotta really pay attention to that because sometimes you can forget about it. If you guys are just joining us, welcome. We just took off out of Boise, Idaho, headed over to Portland International. Once we get to Portland, we're gonna go ahead and get back in the plane and head over to CYVR, which is Vancouver. And I apologize for having these up, but it makes it a little easier to see because these are just, they get, especially when the sun's shining on them, it makes it really bad. Once we hit, power back a little bit here. Once we get up to cruise, we can go back to an outside view. Since you got to worry about the throttle on this whole time. Winds were pretty much almost the same. They're about 310, so we're going to be doing the 28 left arrival into Portland. We're fairly light, so we'll go ahead and pick up some of the vertical speed here, climb a little bit quicker. If it'll let me. So let me just one thing, it just doesn't like to switch for some reason. There we go. Alright, we're at 10,000. Let's go ahead and get the lights off here. Go ahead and start picking up some power. Is there any specific planes or routes you guys would like me to fly? Go ahead and throw them out there, because I'm always wanting to do different routes and different aircraft. I'd like to do more real ones, like realistic routes, ones that are actually flown. I know this one isn't one, but the next flight I do is probably going to be one. So if you guys have any requests or anything, aircraft, whatever, just let me know. Once we get up to cruise, we'll want to be at around a Mach 71, 72, which is right here. So you actually don't go off of your indicated, you go off of the Mach once you're up there. And in order to maintain that, since we don't have auto throttle, our N1, we're going to want to be anywhere between 70 to 72. That seems to be where it will hold out for us. Gotta love it, the hipster approach. The hipster, yeah, tonight I think I'm gonna get that shadow play all set up, and I'm sure I can get it all up and running, because it's amazing how much smoother I run when I'm not streaming, and OBS just absolutely destroys it. And then it also just kind of shows up all laggy on the stream itself, which sucks because you're wanting it to be as smooth as you can, and it starts jumping around. It's more fun. So shadow play should help. I'm hoping.
Altimeter setting.
Almost to cruise now. Alright. About 700 to go. we level off here, we'll start pulling back some of the power. Right at 71. Should climb up a little bit more. We'll kind of play with it, but like I said, anywhere between Mach 70 to 72 is good. And that's a little bit actually on the high end, so we'll keep it right at kind of where it's at and we'll just watch it. Alright, let's get our outside view going. Once we get into Portland, I'll probably, what I usually will do is actually exit out of X-Plane and then restart it. That way it resets the plane entirely. Also, I've noticed that if I do a flight and then just reset the aircraft itself, it will give me some issues with crashes and things like that. So it's just easier to exit out of X-Plane and then get back and reload it. Karsonh, she said you've been working in the heat all day. It's Saturday, don't you have Saturday off? well, at least it's just half a day. I guess that's not too bad. Although it seems like when you get called in for a half day, it ends up turning into a full day. Alright, we'll adjust that here really quick. Pull this up. I kind of figured the outside would be. I just know that when you get inside the cabin, when you're in the cockpit, is that a little bit better? Just when you get in the cockpit, I noticed yesterday's flight when I did turn it down, you couldn't even hear the engines or anything inside the cockpit after, so the landing was pretty much just me, and all you could hear was me. So I'm just trying to get it to where it is just right, and I'll probably have to adjust it again when I go back into the cabin. So like, let's go back into the cabin really quick, and then can you still hear the engines, all that, plus me? Seems like the biggest issue I've had with this streaming is the mic settings. It's either mic's too quiet or plane's too loud. About 198 miles out from Portland right now. Probably another half hour. It says 28 minutes. So. Oh, sorry. Someone just rang the doorbell. 1 second. Alright, we are back. And we have... Looks like we've got a Portland approach, actually. See if he stays on. we won't contact him right now. We're still a ways out. Avid, I have a question in the aircraft. How would I put in the ILS frequency? I believe the ILS frequency is right here for the nav1. So when if you know the ILS frequency, you just input it right there. When you change it, it puts it back to the number that it was at. Let me double check on that once I get a little bit closer, and I can set up for the ILS as soon as I know exactly what runway I'll be, because I'm going to be contacting approach here pretty soon. So once I know that, then I'll let you know. I am going to turn down my volume on this because the plane is really loud in here. X-Plane Spotter, what's going on, buddy? Of course I remember. What's going on, dude? How are you today? Portland approach, Delta 2020 at 220 with November. Do I make a live stream about IVAO? IVAO? Being that I don't know what you're talking about, I probably not, to be honest. I contacted Denver Approach, but, or not Denver Approach, Portland Approach, but apparently they're not going to talk back. It's still really loud in this cockpit, for me at least. There, that's better. If you guys are just joining us, welcome. We'll be beginning our descent here fairly soon. In fact, we might as well begin our descent once we hit about 40 miles out. We'll begin our descent, because we have to basically pass that at 13,000 or above, and then hood we have to be at 15. So we'll just make sure we hit hood at 15. Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought that's what you were talking about, because I have heard about that. I haven't done that yet. Again, this is just started streaming not too long ago, so it's still a little bit new. I'm just kind of learning all the systems as far as what can go with live streaming. VATSIM I'm very new to. I haven't done VATSIM for years. All right, let's go ahead and start our descent. Pull some power. Like I said, we just need to be at 15,000 by hood. Yeah, I'll probably get into that here pretty soon. Like I said, I just getting VATSIM all figured out still. Gonna go ahead and add a little bit of power, because we're not descending all that fast. Is this a freeware or payware? This or free or payware? This is payware. This is the J roll-on, or however you say it. CRJ-200. It wasn't the greatest aircraft until they started doing all the updates. Now that it's updated, it's a lot better. I'm going to try and contact Portland Approach again. Portland Approach, Delta 2020, 2000, passing 210 down to 15,000. Looks nice. Yeah, thanks, dude. It's actually a fun plane. This is actually one of the first times I've flown this plane, so I don't really. It's been in. I bought it so long ago. I flew it one time, and then ever since then I haven't flown it. So this is one of the first times. I just started flying it last night to kind of test it out a little bit, but this is like the actual first real flight with it. we'll go ahead and try and contact him as we get a little bit closer. I was just kind of hoping he'd give us some vectoring into Portland, but it's not looking like that's gonna happen. You gonna fly to CYVR? All right, yeah, that works. That'll be fun. The more people that fly with us, the better. Makes it more enjoyable to have some traffic with you. Do you see the logo of another plane in VATSIM? You know, I haven't seen any of the logos as far as, like, for example, I saw yesterday I was flying, I saw A320, and it just had the Airbus paint job on it, so it said A320 on the side. And half the time, half the plane is, like, buried into the taxiway, and it's definitely not the most appealing. But it is still kind of cool flying with other people. If you guys are just joining in, welcome. We're beginning our descent right now into Portland. Should be there here pretty soon. We're about, let's see, about 10 minutes out from Portland. I'd say 15 after it's all said and done. So it looks like after we pass Hood, we're going to be starting to descend pretty quick. We need to be at 6,300 or above by Reedy, so start slowing her on down here. Check my settings on Squawk Box. Maybe that's because it's set to standby. For some reason, it automatically jumps into standby. We should be okay though. Set now. Try and contact him again. Portland approach, Delta 2020, passing 17,000 down to 15. Yes, I had VATSIM too, but I changed it later to IVAO because you can see the logo. For example, his name is UAE, then you see him as Emirates. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to look into that. And I've noticed so far VATSIM's not been the greatest. I mean, we have Portland approach on here right now, and I can't even get a hold of him. So, and there's not a lot of controllers that I've seen so far. And we have the right frequency. Maybe he just stepped away for a while. So we may end up making this approach on our own, which is totally fine. In VATSIM, if you have the right model, you can see the airlines and stuff. Yeah, and maybe that's just the issue. Maybe people aren't putting in the right information when they're starting. It just, because actually, now that you say that, I did see a Japan airplane, a Japan Air. See, now he's okay. Now he's telling us to contact him, so maybe we'll be able to get a hold of him here now. Portland approach, Delta 2020 at 15,000 with November. Tells us to contact him. And then now he doesn't call us back. I have it set, so.
For 2020, security digit transition is the transponder 1614.
All right, we're getting him, but for some reason it's transmitting through the computer rather than the headset. Not exactly sure why that's doing that. Let's see if we can contact him. I may just have to listen in. Through the aircraft itself. I don't know. We'll see. Portland approach, Delta 2020, passing 14,200 down to 6,000. Okay, yeah, something's not right with this headset because he's clearly not hearing us. He's telling us to respond, but he can't, for some reason, he's not picking up on this headset. Let me check my settings in here. Sorry about this, guys. It's only the second or third time using this, so let's see. Not that. You might just have to type. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't understand why it's not picking up on my headset, because you guys can hear me. Maybe it was the settings. Let's try it again. Portland approach Delta 2020, passing through 10.5 down to 6.3. All right, we may just have to disconnect on this flight. And then once so we're gonna disconnect, sorry guys, from this one, unfortunately. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I need to get this figured out. So after we get our approach into Portland, then I'll get it fixed. Go ahead and bring out some air brakes to slow us down. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that. We'll get it figured out though. Alright, got the airfield in sight. We'll just kind of keep letting it do its thing as it descends down into Portland. Go ahead and bring out some flaps. Get our lights on here. We'll get our gear down here fairly soon. Am I going to be flying the CRJ? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we'll be flying that on in. We're still about 8 miles out from Portland, so we'll wait till we're about 5 miles out, and then we'll anywhere between 4 to 5 we'll drop the gear. No need to drop it any sooner than that. Bring out some more flaps. So I have the ILS set up right now. I think what I realize is let's see, hold on one second. Let's disengage that. All right, my aircraft. Let's drop the flaps here, or the, Sorry, trying to do two things at once. Once you program it into the FMS as far as what runway you're going to be, I believe it does it for you automatically. So that's what I noticed because I'm picking up the ILS here as we speak. So, all right, flaps full. Gears coming down. 3 green. Yeah, once you put that in the FMS, I believe it just automatically dials in the ILS frequency. The 7.5 and 7.6 do that as well. As you can see, our pitch is nose down, so we're about
Approaching
2 to 2.5%
8 left.
or 2 to 2.5 degrees nose down. A little low. Oh, baby. Wow. That one was a great landing, if I do say so myself. All right. Let's go ahead and slow her on down. 64 feet per minute. Can't beat it. I'm going to roll down a little bit here first. Kronos, awesome landing. Thanks, buddy. I'd say, yeah, that was a pretty smooth approach. All right, let's see where we're going here. Think I see a spot right over there. All right, let's start cleaning everything up here. Get the APU up and started. Welch99, welcome in. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Just letting us know the autopilot's on. Go ahead and add the APU gen. And taxi light can go off. CRJ is my favorite aircraft, but so expensive. Yeah, I hear you. It for being such a small little plane. Plus, if you want to do the sound pack upgrade as well, that's another $20. So it's not a cheap aircraft, that's for sure. I agree with you 100% on that one. Yeah, gates are a little high here. Definitely don't work, but alrighty. Let's get that parking brake on. If I can reach it. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Alright, parking brake on. APU, let's go ahead and shut down these engines. Alright. We can turn the engine off. Hydraulics can go off as well. Nav and beacon. Well, the CRJ-200 SSG will be soon coming. I'm going to be oh, that's awesome. You're going to be a beta tester? That's great. That would be that would be really cool. It seems like the SSG with the 700 has been one of those that's been in the process for quite a while. I've heard about it, I think, a couple years ago, and I still haven't really seen a whole lot. So hopefully it'll be good. But all right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of this. Gonna go bring that back up. So if you guys just hang tight, gonna go ahead and reset X-plane, and we'll get on for the next leg. All right, guys, we are back. Was trying to mess with the squawk box a little bit with the VATSIM. Not exactly sure if it will work. At this point, it really doesn't matter because that was only PDX approach. So I guess it really doesn't matter, and there's no ATC along the way as of yet. So we shall see. Yeah, because unfortunately, it's not going to really matter. We won't be contacting approach as we're departing. So now we're doing our next leg from Portland to Vancouver. Parsa, are you, I believe, think I saw you over there, possibly. It could be someone else, but I don't know if there's anyone else over here, so very well could be you. All right, so let's get this show on the road. This is a little bit of a quicker flight, actually. It's only about, I believe, let's see, 229 nautical miles. The other one was about 350, so this one's going to be a little bit quicker. But these quicker flights are fun. All right, make sure the APU door opens right there. Open. Let's go ahead and start her on up. That's you? Okay. I'm departing 28 left. Based off the weather, I'm going to do 28 left. Which is actually right behind us. Alrighty, APU is up and running. If you guys are just joining in, welcome to the stream. We're on our second leg, going from Portland to Vancouver. All right. I don't like that yoke right there. I know it makes it look like an Airbus, but I tell you, it is very much in the way. Looks like co-pilot Steve's joining us for this leg, mustache and all. He doesn't say much, though. He's pretty quiet. All right, let's check current temps. Parsa, what aircraft are you flying? Are you flying the CRJ or? (21°C). All right, looks good to me. Let's go ahead and set up our departure. I'm going to pull up my stuff here. All right, so we're doing a 28 left. Departure, Cascade. Execute that. Let's see, arrival. So the arrival is the pane 4. We're doing 08 right. ILS 08 right. Transition tab pi. Let's keep that. Let's check the legs here. So I did this flight earlier, and the way it has us come in is a little odd, as you can see. So what we're going to do, because it has a tab pi, a bubble, and then tab pi again. So we're going to take bubble and copy over that. So that should be a much smoother approach, because the other one was a little bit interesting, to say the least. So that should be good there. We'll execute that. Make sure everything else checks out. All looks good. All right, let's go over here. Altimeter is 3015. Alrighty. Set that to the map. Nav source has to be FMS. Good to go there. Let's adjust the range so we're a little bit closer. As you can tell, it looks like it's a little bit of a sharp turn leaving. That's fine. We'll just fly it ourselves. And then we'll intercept. It's funny because it had me do it. You have to basically, when you depart, you have to go back and around, and then you head north up to Canada. It's kind of an interesting departure on this one. But what we might do is when we take off, we'll just do a direct to pane, because that's going to save an awful lot of time. We'll bring it around here, then do direct, and then we should be good to go. That way we'll be up at least to altitude as well. Alright, time to set the V speeds. Alright, all those are set. Everything else looks good. As you can tell, direct would be, like I said, right around 2:30, but because the way it takes us around, it's 3:52. That's why we're going to do a more of a direct flight. Alright. Yaw dampers on. Looks like we are good to go for pushback. Just do a quick run through here. Make sure we got everything. Turn the seatbelt lights on. Alrighty, let's do this. Alright, starting the right. If you guys are just joining us, welcome. 19. We're doing our pushback right now. Getting ready to take off from Portland, heading into Vancouver, Canada. Just a quick little flight today. Should be about an hour or so. Let's hopefully, so we're going to contact him. Let's hopefully we can get him on the frequency this time. Portland approach Delta 2020 with November IFR to Vancouver. Yeah, we're still having some issues here. Something's not 100% right with VATSIM. I was doing, I had no issues this morning, so I'm not exactly sure what the issue is here. I guess we can go ahead and finish starting the aircraft. I wanted to contact him to see if it would work, but it's clearly not. I don't know what's going on. So I may, unfortunately, I may have to disconnect from VATSIM for this flight too, just because I don't want to cause any issues taking off and such while I can't communicate. I'm going to have to, after this flight, I don't really want to end the stream yet, just because we are in the middle of it. So I may just have to disconnect from this, and then we'll just have to get it figured out for the next stream. Because we're having some issues with it right now. All right, let's go ahead and just get going. We're going to disconnect for now, unfortunately, just because I don't know why the throttles do that sometimes, just because I don't want to have any issues on here. I did a test early before I turned the stream back on. I tried even typing and I wasn't getting a reply, so I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure what's going on with it. It's something to do with my settings, I'm sure. Like I said, I'm very new to VATSIM. It's been like 4 years or so since I've been on it, so it's a little bit different. So I'm sure my settings are off somehow or another. It was crazy because I had it working just fine this morning, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'll make sure for the next stream it is fixed. I'm going to have to do a couple test flights with it and see what the issue is from it. It's almost like none of my transmitting, even typing, it's like none of it's getting across to them. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Alright, everything looks good here.
Approaching 28 left.
Alright.
On runway 28 left.
Parsa, what next stream we'll for sure do a flight once I can get everything figured out. Because I've had pretty good luck so far with VATSIM, but I need to research it and see why the transmitting is not working on my end. It could be my headset too, because you could hear it displaying through the aircraft itself, but it wasn't actually picking up. Let's see, V1, rotate. It wasn't actually like picking up on my headset in the head, so I couldn't hear anything. So I'm not exactly sure what the issue with it was. So I'll do some research on it, and we'll get it going next flight, buddy. Sorry about that. Definitely just trying to iron out the first week's set of live streams. Of course, running into errors and stuff, but seems like aircraft, all that, we're set. It's just now we're getting the VATSIM to work, which we'll get it working. Go ahead and bring the flaps up. And autopilot can go on. So once we gain a little altitude here, we'll go ahead and do our direct to PANE or PAE because there is no reason to be going around like this. Turn up the sound here inside the plane. Let me know if that's too loud for you guys. Alright, once we hit this Wanos, we'll do direct. Alright, let's go ahead and once we do our turn here, we'll do direct. Oh, I'm not sure why it has us going that way, but we'll let the plane just go ahead and come back around. Alrighty. Get the lights off here. 10,000, let's go ahead and start speeding up. All right, we are on our way to Vancouver, guys. Again, sorry that the VATSIM issues are continuing. It's hard to try and troubleshoot something when you're in the middle of a stream and between two legs. I didn't want to hold you guys all up, so we'll just go ahead and do this stream without the VATSIM, and I'll make sure that next time around we'll get it working just fine. And if you guys are new on here too, not sure if you guys know, but smash down that subscribe button. When we hit 1,000 subs, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. You guys spend your time with me, might as well give back a little bit. So I'm going to be giving away X-Enviro for X-Plane. It's about almost 80 bucks. But if you guys don't want X-Enviro or you already have it, I can just purchase or give you a gift card or something for the X-Plane store or Steam, whatever it is, whatever you guys would like, and do that instead. But you know, we're the channel that gives back to its community. And just like to have fun, like to sit here, talk planes, just have a good time, talk flight sims, all that good stuff. I probably will not be on tomorrow. I mean, it is Father's Day, but so if any of you guys are dads on here, happy Father's Day. maybe when you land, you can connect back on and watch me land. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I can always try, once we get out of here a little bit, I can try and just connect again where there's no ATC, because I don't think there's any more ATC along the way. So when we get a little bit closer, I'll just connect. That way I'm back on flying, and then as soon as I land, I'll definitely watch you come in. We'll pan the camera over to you. But anyways, yeah, I probably won't be on tomorrow's streaming, but we will be back Monday. And that also gives me some time to get the VATSIM stuff figured out, because I definitely want to make sure that's working properly.
Altimeter setting.
Yeah, once we're a little ways out from Vancouver, I'll definitely switch it over. And then us viewers will rate your landing. 1 out of 10. All right, almost to cruising altitude. 220. You're probably not actually that far behind from where I'm at anyways, Parsa. Alright, looks like we've hit a pretty set Mach 72, so things are looking good. Should be pretty smooth sailing from here. Okay, so you're out of his airspace now. Is there any more controllers on right now? So that way I can just reconnect. Because that way, I mean, I don't want to, like I said, cause any issues where I can't speak to him. I want to make sure it's all done right. But if there's no controllers, then I might as well reconnect, since that way we can still get our flight going. Okay, cool. I'll reconnect right now. Let's see if we can resend the flight plan as well. Also, let me post this in here real quick. Holy cow. Nightbot just went to town. You've got a lot of guts. Let's see what it does look like. Oh, that's weird. Was timed out. Alright, I'm not too sure what happened there, why the Nightbot just absolutely destroyed you. That Nightbot's not a very friendly fellow. Holy cow. Wow. Yeah, Nightbot just absolutely wrecked you. Well, that's interesting. Not too sure where he just came from out of nowhere. But anyways, I'm going to paste this in here. This is so you guys can actually track the current flight we're on too. At least it should be working. It was working a minute ago. I'm just reloading it. Yeah, okay, so it works now. So if you guys go to that, it'll actually track the current route that we're on. Show you how far out we are and all that good stuff. And it was kind of weird, like with this Nightbot, all of a sudden just deleted all of you all of your messages. Interesting. Let's see if we can adjust the sounds for the exterior as well. And we can do some outside. This just seems really loud. We can see here. Should be good. You're off to the right of me. At 200. I'm at 220 cruising right now. So I'm trying to find you. I think I found you. Yep, I found you. You're just a little bit off to the right. You're not too far from me. We should be there right around the same time. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in with us. Sorry again about the VATSIM issues, but we'll get it ironed out this week. It's been a fun day. Thank you guys for chatting it up with us, too. It always makes these flights so much better when when people will talk. I tell you, there's a few flights that I've done and no one said a word, and oh man, it was awful. Not fun. Trying to come up with things to talk about, and gets a little old. Karsonh H, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly. So we just need to make sure that by bubble we are at 3,000 or above, which won't be an issue at all. So we'll pass over that, and then we'll do the final descent to Tavpai 1350, and then we'll be into Vancouver. I like these short little flights. I much rather be doing some takeoffs and landings for you guys than and just cruising. Maybe one of these days like to fly the 7.6 and maybe do more of a long haul. It'd be fun to do something like international, like JFK to London or something like that. Looks like we're flying right over Tacoma right now. So if anyone just happens to be in Tacoma, hello to you. I used to live in Washington State, actually. Lived about 24 5 minutes away from Tacoma. Had to get out of there. Couldn't handle that. Couldn't handle the rain anymore. Carson, you're waving at us. You're close to Tacoma. Just don't point any laser pointers at us or anything. Hey, Parcel, you'll have to let me know when you start your descent. That way I can know how far I am behind you. Or in front of you, I guess, if I start mine first. Old co-pilot Steve here. Not doing anything. He's not a very good co-pilot. I'm hoping by next stream too we'll be using shadow play, because I can see it's still a little bit glitchy, and it's funny because it is smooth running on my screen right now. So I know it has to do with OBS and YouTube as well. YouTube, the stream health never seems to be in the green. It always seems to be in the yellow. And I have really good internet here too, so it's not my internet. Should be flying over. I think we just flew over SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma International. A little while ago. I thought for sure I had my Ortho 4 XP scenery figured out last night, and of course, error on the last part of it. I got a huge error, so still not there yet. And I'm getting help, so it's definitely been a big fiasco for this, I tell ya. Guys got to give me an idea. What should my next flight be? It's hard coming up with different routes, so I'm not doing the same ones all the time. Got any ideas? Or on what aircraft I should fly? Okay, Tucson. So Tucson to Phoenix. That could actually be pretty fun. That's a quick little jump on the CRJ. IFR flying, maybe around your home. Around my hometown. Yeah, I mean, I could do some flying around here. I have done a couple flights. Since I live in San Diego, I do a lot of San Diego to Phoenix flights. This plane is actually perfect for that. Or I'll do Phoenix to San Diego or San Diego to Vegas or, you know, things like that. What I'm going to do is for the next stream Monday, I'm going to come up with like a couple different destinations and we'll do those just kind of like how I did today. Maybe even add one more leg in if they're short hops. Could do like Tucson to Phoenix, Phoenix to San Diego, and then maybe San Diego to San Francisco or something like that. Or even San Diego to Vegas, something. Be kind of fun little jumping around. Miami to St. Martin, TNCM. Oh, Kronos. Man. What is going on, Mr. Nightbot? Absolutely destroying you guys. Wrecked. Nightbot with the kill. Where's the hammer when you need one? Awesome. Miami to St. Martin would be fun too. That'd be a good one. Alright, we're going to start working on our descent here because we are about 80 miles out from the airfield, so we'll work our way down slowly so we're not having to do a rapid descent. Just set it for 10,000 here. I just got dicked on by RoboCop. Dude, he doesn't mess around. He does not mess around. He takes his job serious. Parsa, I'm starting my descent now, so you must be, you said you were passing Tacoma a little bit ago. You must be a little bit behind me then. Not too much, but a little bit. Go ahead and bring it down a little bit more here, since we need to be at or above 3,000 by bubble. Start pulling the power here, so at least we're passing 10,000 at 250. Anybody who's just joining in, welcome. Came at the right time, starting the descent into Vancouver. A lot of the times on this approach, they're going to get vectors, and you can see why when you get up here, because it basically comes to a sharp point before it goes back to TAV pi or TAV p, whatever you want to call it. So we may just mess with the heading a little bit on that one, just so it's not such an abrasive turn on final. I noticed I had to do that this morning on the flight as well. Yeah, you can see it. I mean, it brings you back around, so it lessens the turn, but it's a little bit excessive. So when we get a little bit closer, I'll just adjust the heading. Basically kind of like we're expecting vectors in to bubble, but descending down to 10,000. Yeah, I'm on my way down now. I'm passing 14. Going all the way down to 3, since we got to be at 3 or above at bubble, so make sure as long as we hit that by then, we'll be good. I will say the sounds on this are unbelievable. They did really good. I bought the BSS sounds for the A320 as well, and those are also very impressive. I'm very impressed with the way they sound. Looks like we're getting a few more people joining in. Welcome to the stream, guys. You came at the right time. We're just beginning our descent down into Vancouver. Just took off from Portland. Did a flight a little while ago. Went Boise to Portland. Now we're going Portland to Vancouver. And for all you guys who joined in from the beginning, thank you, and thanks for hanging out with us on the flight. Really appreciate it. And I hope you guys also are enjoying it too, having some fun with us. All I can say is that landing into Portland, I hope I can get anywhere near that landing. It was a greaser for sure. This one's definitely a little easier to land. Not much easier, but it's just because it's so small, but it's a little bit easier to land than the MD-80. The MD-80 is probably the worst plane ever to land, but it's also the best plane ever made, if you ask me. Alright, we're going to start slowing on down here a little bit. So I guess we can go ahead and just follow this around. It's not going to be that bad of a turn. It looked like it was a lot worse. It was definitely a lot better than the approach this morning. The approach I did this morning, I adjusted it this time, so this one's quite a bit better. Alright, let's go ahead and get the lights on, get everything ready for our final approach into Vancouver. Go ahead and arm the speed brakes and the reverse thrust. Everything else looks good for the arrival. Go ahead and let everyone know we're in our final descent. Tell you, the reflections on this windscreen are rough too sometimes. It depends on the direction where the sun's at, but I mean, it's very realistic. It's just, it can be rough sometimes. It's like we're getting into a little turbulence now. You know, and I know this plane isn't that big. I'm not 100% sure if it has wing flex. I was just thinking about it. I think it does have a little bit of wing flex, but being that it's such a small plane, it's very minimal. I am looking forward to the CRJ-200 when it comes out. It'd be nice if they could just do them all, the 7, the 9, and then the new 1000, because the CRJ is, I mean, obviously I like the MD-80. The CRJ is kind of the same concept, so I do enjoy the CRJ quite a bit, and it'd be really cool because I love the way the 7 9s and the 1000 looks. I think they look really cool. The 2 is fun, but it's just a little on the small side. It's a little bit small to be flying, but it's still fun. Almost at bubble. Once we hit bubble, we'll start making our turn on in for final into Vancouver. Parsa, you've got to be right behind me. You're probably pretty close. I'm not going to probably be able to see you, but you've got to be back there somewhere. Man, co-pilot Steve, he just chills. He doesn't do anything. Pretty cool view out there. Some of the fog. Whoops, phone's ringing. Go ahead and bring out some flaps. Start getting configured here. And then we'll go ahead and start beginning our final descent. As long as we pass bubble around at 3, we'll be good, and we'll begin our turn. All right. Go ahead and descend down a little bit quicker here. Bring our speed down. Bring out some more flaps. Kronos, good luck. Thanks, buddy. We'll see how we can do on this one. Can see the runway from here. Right there. X-Plane Spotter, what's up, buddy? You're back. Welcome. You came at the right time. We're just beginning our final approach into Vancouver. Beginning to drop the gear here pretty soon. bring out some more flaps. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and take over. Let's drop down the gear. My aircraft. Bring out the final set of flaps here. Alright, we are on the ILS now. Well, we've been on the ILS, but you intercepted the ILS? Okay, or turning ILS. Okay, cool. Got a pretty much a direct crosswind right now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the yaw dampers off so I have a little bit of rudder control on landing.
Approaching 08 right.
Little low. Should be okay. Well, it wasn't as good this time, but still a pretty good landing. Go ahead and exit off up here. Get the lights off. Soft landing. Yeah, it was pretty good. Wasn't too bad. Alright, so we'll go ahead and make a left turn up here. Welcome to Vancouver. All right, landing. Let's see where you're at. All right, guys. We're going to stop our plane really quick before we taxi the gate. We're all going to judge Mr. Parsa here on his landing. Let's see. Once we park at the gate, I'll do a replay and I'll do a wing view, and we can do the wing view for the landing. Bag of milk will be waiting for you at the gate. Nice. All right, guys, he's looking good. He's looking strong. That's definitely not a CRJ-200, but you know what? It works. It's kind of weird that it would do that. And touchdown, and touchdown in the ground. It was so soft that it just kind of absorbed him into the ground. All right, let's go ahead and go park really quick. And then we'll run a replay. All right, let's see where we're going here. All right, I'm going to park right over next to that WestJet 73. Even though the gate's about 20 feet higher than us, but it seems like it's like that at pretty much every airport. Doesn't really matter. Alrighty. Parking brake is on. Go ahead and welcome to Vancouver. Oh well. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do that replay for you. It's probably going to make a bunch of lights and stuff because for some reason it doesn't always reconfigure for the replay mode. I don't have cameras set up on this yet, so that's why it's taking so long. All right, there we go. And I can see a little bit of wing flex, so that's good. It's a pretty cool view, that's for sure. Pretty much water all the way down until you, once you see the ground, you're pretty much on it. It's a pretty good approach. Oh, guess someone else is flying around here. Oh, that's Parsa doing his replay as well. Alrighty, guys. On that note, we had a great day of flying. We're gonna get VATSIM up and running. Make sure it get it figured out here as to why we're not getting communication. Take a flight from Muscat to Dubai. Yeah, I mean, I can do any flight you guys want. So we'll be back Monday evening. Well, more like Monday around 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So again, thank you guys all for joining in today. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe and smash down the like button, and I will see you guys soon. Have a good one.